Hi there, this is Cole, here with more Hexcrank Live, continuing Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Let's see where we're at. Last time, I believe I raided the Black Edelweiss Institute in Switzerland, trying to chase down the origin of some some drugs that were making their way around. And all signs are pointing to Nolans down to Louisiana. Oh, look at that bayou. Jesus, man. So here we are, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. Let's talk to you,
Good
madam.
morning, dear. Come to relax?
No thank you, madam.
Steamboat Willie. But the Willie is a penis. Aw. Sick guy. Okay, nothing to be found there. Let's continue. What is it that I'm looking for? Okay, local currency is what I'm looking for. So let's see if there's some kind of bank. Maybe the sheriff's office? Factorio. And then I also want to find a hotel, I believe.
It would be better to turn back.
Which means we come here later. I'm on to you, video game. Jala is asking what the hell's going on, trying to chase down some cultists who are supplying some drugs.
One more step, and your brains will be about as useful as gator bait.
The continent welcomes us with such hospitality, doesn't it?
Beg pardon, my good man. Is the bank closed for some time?
As long as it takes Mr. Blackman to come back from Baton Rouge with more dollars.
You were robbed.
Not hardly. We had a jewel sale.
When might one expect Mr. Blackman to return?
He likely could come back most any day, but he'll be gone 3 days at the least.
Is there anyone else who could shed some light on this transaction? You see, we have come from Europe and are interested in a particular set of precious stones. It may well prove to be this same set your bank sold recently.
I ain't talking, and I don't know nothing about it anyhow.
Let's see. So, can't get any local currency. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to summarize what we did last time. Discovered a whole bunch of weird experiments in that Psych Institute where they were trying to figure out how to get people to chant
it would be better to
kind
turn
of
back.
Lovecraftian stuff by doing brain modifications. And they were getting funding for their experiments by fencing jewels. And a lot of them ended up being funneled through Louisiana. Hey there, Prince Robot and MASW.
have no reason to go there.
Let's see, who are you? You look conspicuous.
I have no reason to go there.
Hi, A. Aronson.
It would be better to turn back.
Okay, nothing. And the hotel is not something I
have
can
no
interact
reason to
with.
go there.
Blah. Maybe we can go down here.
I have no reason to go there.
Nope. What do I do? You're the only other person who talks.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
We have the ability to make ragtime start and stop. By waving our hands. Nothing? No. Can I get back here? No. There's a guy sleeping back there. Maybe I can... Maybe if I try to go find this guy again and talk to him.
I told you once, now don't rile me. Get lost.
Is there something that I can give to him? Oh, here, take this and go crazy.
I told you once, now don't rile me. Get
nope.
lost.
No interest in the esoteric. Maybe bills of exchange.
I told you once. There is one feller, goes by the name of Champagne. He's Cajun. He knows everything that goes on around these parts. You can most likely find him near a pile of planks at the end of the pier.
Those are his
Everything has
pranks.
its price in America. Isn't that what they say?
There are many like them, but those are his. Oh, Jala's struggling with the newest Corpse Party game, the one that has the 3D graphics and looks like Mies. Okay. Is that the guy? No, he's not hanging out by some planks. Looking for Champagne. Cajun fella. This guy does not look Cajun, but who knows with this game? A giant pair of lips ate her me. That game looks crazy.
It would be better to turn back.
Ah, jeez. I don't like the way this section is designed whatsoever. Oh, okay. Angry dog.
It would be better to turn back.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me, game. These guys really don't seem to care that I'm around. All right, Champagne, where are you at? Come out, wherever you are. I feel like they're setting me up for a chase through all these rooms. It's the middle of the day, sir. This is more of that authentic bayou flavor. All decrepit and such. At least I'm opening up fast travel points.
With open arms, Watson?
Napoleon, Lafayette. Don't mind the dogs, they just don't take to the smell of gentle folks, especially foreign ones. So what can old Champagne do for you? How's about some planks for your boat, or maybe a ride in Gator's Bath?
Some other time, perhaps. People say that you know everything that occurs in this area.
Maybe so. Don't care much what them people say. What you want to know?
We are particularly interested in a recent transaction in precious stones. No doubt you are familiar with these events.
For sure that's true. Now that you say it, I reckon I heard of some swap for jewels. I would help you out, but my poor brain's like the train with no coal. What you want me to do? Now there's a bottle of some champagne or this and that. Old Champagne'll have a thing or two to say to you.
If there's one thing I know about Champagne, is that he chose this name for a reason.
Crawfish is fat this year. Lots of gators in the bayou, that's true.
Louisiana.wave. Oh, crawfish is mighty fat this time of year. Oh, jeez. All right, let's go back into town and see if we can find... Oh, here's a pub. What are you? Let's see, maybe they'll have some at the brothel.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
Is there any lying around? Let me see here. Those are bottles. Jala is going to send me a picture of the me version of Pyramid
It
Head,
would be better to turn back.
which is apparently something. Let's maybe talk to this guy. He seems to be doing nothing.
I told you once, now don't rile me. Get lost.
That's no fair. Oh, Dog Nozzle complimented me on a tweet that was actually just a quote from Harvey Birdman. Something about state your name, your first name, last name, and occupation. Then the answer is lizardman, lizardman, lizardman. Sorry. I should have attributed it. It looks a little bit like the tweets I would make naturally. Although, that is worth bringing up. You know what show still, like, fucking tilts? Yeah, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. It's on Hulu, and it's still really, really good. Huh. Do I need to get up there somehow? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Okay, Jala shared a pic link. Look at him. Look at that. Look at that, the giant who stood before me wore a steel helmet and was also spattered with blood all over his body. You're making me want to play this game, Jala.
Speaking of that, it come to me true. Was a week ago, maybe two. A butler working for a rich man made himself a jewel trade to honor and co. Looks like business to be done fast and with a quiet way. By my foot, the truth is here now.
The name of the employer of this silent partner?
He go by the name Honestson. He from far up the bayou into the east. He got some crazy notions, that'n. They must be all like that where he come from.
No doubt. One other matter. During the last few days, have you noticed any strange ship movements, especially regarding those taking leave of port late at night?
You did right by old Champagne, so I tell you true. 5 days ago, a ship, she weigh anchor in the middle of the night. She took sail right after a mess of folks brought a lot of boats to meet her and charged on board. These all came from the swamps, could be toting contraband. Anyway, left for the old world for sure. Old Champagne keeps to his own self. No reason to know nothing more. And advice to you, stay clear. Those that sticks their nose where it don't belong end up feeding the gators round these parts.
We shall consider ourselves duly warned. Good day.
And if you wants to go for a ride in the bayou or something else, old Champagne treats you right. I take dollars, bottles of you know what, right?
Oh.
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Anson.
What can we do, Holmes?
Let's go, Watson, to the port. Watson, let's pay a visit to this Anson.
What can we do, Holmes?
Let's go, Watson, to the port.
Huh, I guess fast travel's disabled.
Holmes, our bag! Thief! Stop! Thief!
Remember what I said about setting me up for a chase? Oh. What is happening? Climb over it. Vault that thing. Haven't you ever seen the Dukes of Hazzard? Just right across the hood. Choo! I think he might just be waiting for me. Somebody's doing a nasty ham bone in that soundtrack. Oh, okay, up here. But you don't go through that. You just
Stop!
This is the lowest speed chase.
It would be better to turn back.
Oh, let's go up over this. Whoa, 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 whoa.
There he is.
Oh, you can finally climb, huh? Whoa.
I have no reason to go there.
Do I knock him over with that? Oh, why can't I go across there? Whoa! Okay, swing across. Can't you swab elsewhere? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Ruh-roh. You can't stop laughing.
He's there!
Somebody stop this vile miscreant. All for a doctor's bag. Why can't Watson get this? Lazy jerk. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, now it's going on too long. Oh, please tell me there's going to be like a fruit cart or two guys carrying a huge pane of glass. It's like the beginning of Casino Royale. Whoa! So dumb.
Stop!
obviously he's not responding to your cries. Normally you're more on top of it, Sherlock. Through the abattoir. Gonna end up as a beignet. You know, one of those famous savory meat stuffed beignets. This is what madness sounds like. Ah, okay. Zip line. I don't think I want to jump in that hopper. Or do I? Oh, it's a ladder. Okay. I don't think this developer is the master of the Source engine. Oh, dang. The sluice is loose. I imagine the sluice ride would be a little bit smoother than this. Oh, come on. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why won't you stop him?
Stop right there, you two. Not a move.
But the thief, he is going to...
Thief? What thief? All I see are two foreigners tearing up my wharf, making a lot of noise. I expect you have some sort of papers proving who you are and what business you have in my parish. I assume you have proof you're here legally.
What? Of course we have papers in our bag. But that villain, he... Well, upon my word, you allowed him to make off with our bag.
What are you insinuating, sir? Are you trying to offend me?
Gentlemen, look here. Calm down, Watson.
But can't you see that...
Watson? So you are Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Please, spare us the pretense. You know very well who we are.
And a clever fella in the bargain. Listen to me and listen up good, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
If that is your real names.
You will leave tomorrow morning for Europe on the same ship that brought you here. No need to offload your bags. Just turn around and get back on board. Nothing good will come your way if you ignore my advice. Oh, and one more thing. Without proper papers, you're nothing more than outlaws here in New Orleans. And outlaws end up as gator bait in my parish.
Get 'em.
With open arms, was it, Watson?
Holmes, enough.
It seems they were warned of our arrival and waiting for us. Let's find the wealthy side of the city and the house of this Arneson. Come, Watson, time is not our friend.
But my bag,
Watson,
Sherlock.
let's pay a visit to this Arneson.
All right, let's pay a visit to this Arneson. think that might be his house. I think we're gonna have to do some good old-fashioned snooping. Let's see.
Ah, Watson, it seems we have arrived at the place. Look there, on the iron door.
Oh, he's like a cat.
Looks like no one is here, Holmes.
I want it between you and what you're looking
It's
at.
a pity, Watson. This is our only lead. Good morning, miss. Please don't be alarmed. We won't harm you, my dear. What is your name?
Eula, sir.
Lovely. When we arrived here, you were looking through this gate. This is the residence of Mr. Arnson, isn't it? Do you know him?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if he is at home?
Don't rightly know, sir.
Watson,
Come now, don't distress yourself like this. Why all these tears?
Because of my little brother, Davy. He serves with Mr. Arneson, and been more than 5 days since I heard from him.
perhaps he went on a trip with Mr. Arnson.
No, sir. Tain't likely. I serves at the Gallagher's just the other side of the road. If they had left, I would have seen them. Something bad has happened. I can feel it.
But if you were so near, surely your brother would have cried out for help if there had been any real danger.
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's right smart in some ways. But Davy can't talk. Not a word. Besides, most evenings, we visits and sees each other across the stable door. And been more than 5 days since he been there. Oh, sir. I be mighty scared. Something has happened to him. I just knows it.
Miss, take us to this stable. Watson, I think this place is indeed isolated, and therefore quite vulnerable.
There it be. I'm gonna go wait on the road. That way, if my mistress calls for me, I can hear.
All right, let's go check
It
out
is
the stable.
hardly secure, Watson. Regard the lock. It has a primitive wooden latch, which is also quite flimsy. Closed, tight.
Use my knife to open that up.
Bravo, Holmes!
Oh, geez.
Holmes, this horse is dying of thirst. Poor animal.
He has had no water for these past 5 days, Watson.
Unbearable.
This should prove useful.
What are those? Nails, okay.
I hope this gate is not locked, because it appears quite formidable. Open!
Can I help this horse? I guess not. Okay.
Observe, Watson, these beautiful, well-tended flowers. Someone must care for them.
So I hope everybody has had a good weekend. It's Sunday night as I record this, as I broadcast. I didn't stream on Friday because I was recording our Watch Out for Fireballs on Bayonetta. I think that's a fun episode. And people will be able to hear it shortly.
Look, Holmes, a raccoon. Come here, you little rascal.
Hey,
They
little
won't
buddy.
allow us too close, Watson, though the little imps are rather inquisitive by nature.
And then last night I was in Columbus
Water.
with my brother. We were seeing my brother and me. They were in town.
Ah, Holmes, there are thousands of these mosquitoes.
We must turn back, Watson, or we shall be devoured.
End up with some kind of crazy Norland's skeeter disease.
This should prove useful.
Skeeter disease. I think I found the new cellar door. Not in the game. I mean the pleasant phrase cellar door. Let's see. Is there a bucket? Want to help this horse? God damn it! Jala says she has stories about her 50K over in Austin. And we'll hear them tomorrow on the level. Let's see. Can we go inside
Closed
this way?
tight.
No, but he has a real fucked up door knocker. Is that a wolf with a trout or something? Huh. There we go.
Closed tight.
So we have a way in. We also have some traps.
Another
These the
footstep.
raccoons?
The hunt is on, Watson.
Let's see. Here's blood.
Blood. However, given the small amount, the wound should be superficial. Wait, this is interesting. There is a trace of mud here. Blood. However, given some footsteps or marks, not clear enough to make out. Let's see if there are others. Blood. Some footsteps or marks, not...
Okay. So the person that we're going after is bleeding. Let's see. But they're coming from or going to the swamp with all the skeeters.
What a wretched smell, Holmes.
Oh, Arneson.
Quite wretched, Watson. It is the foul stench of death.
Oh no, Arneson.
These clothes belong to a servant, and judging from their size, he is a small man. Arneson, with his servant, no doubt.
Appears to be Indian. What are you?
This blood on the ground came from a deep wound. I cannot budge the handle. They must have lodged something behind it to hold fast the door. Shh, Watson, listen. Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later. Watson, what do you make of this?
What a horrific sight. It has lain here for at least a week.
On the contrary, Watson, once again you see but fail to observe. The warmth of the local climate and the exceptional humidity undoubtedly sped up the rate of decomposition. Based upon my calculations, the body has been here for 5 days.
For a week. Oh, 5 days. Big difference. Okay. Let's see. Pounded his nails something fierce.
Let's examine the hands. They are calloused, with traces of dirt under the nails. This would be the gardener, no doubt. Let's examine the hand. Blood! Blood!
Is that the murder weapon?
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars.
Lots of mysterious stains.
Ah, it's a ham. What a delectable aroma. If only I were hungry. Ah, it's a ham. What a...
Alright, that's just the back door. Is there anything else that I can examine in here? What are you?
Closed. Tight.
Let's go upstairs. Simple enough. Dear Mr. Arnson, it was a rare pleasure to encounter your extraordinary altruistic attitude towards your employee, young Davy. Few would have made the effort to discover the truth of his affliction, and most would have discharged this boy from their services without hesitation. It is fortunate that Dr. Callagher, who has expertise in these matters, is also your neighbor. Without his intervention, it is doubtful we would have been able to introduce or we would have been introduced, and you would not have had the answers about this young man that you have been seeking. His problems are psychological rather than physical, and his vocal organs are unimpaired. He has a trauma and a mental blockage that is keeping him from speaking. The coins and the discovery of the incredible talent that this young man seems to have for figures. Yeah, so it seems like he has some form of autism spectrum. That's the stereotype they seem to be working with anyway.
This book has been read often. Tales of Fantastic Hunts by D. Niles. This metal tube is approximately 40 centimeters in length and 18 in diameter. It bears a small tag which reads, "This one without defect. My sincere apologies, E. Otis."
What the devil are you doing, Holmes?
The Player's Corner. In order to wind up this unique watch, you need to find the figures corresponding to those of the clock according to the same logic. 2 digits are already marked to help you figure out what method to use. Good luck. Huh. 9 is 3, 3 is 2.
A newspaper from 5 days ago. Someone has torn the last page. Well, it seems Arnson tried his hand at a small riddle in this newspaper. How strange. He does not seem the type to take interest in mathematical conundrums. This should prove useful. Closed tight. Closed tight. What's this? Someone placed their hand near this footstep. Judging by the size of the fingers, it seems to be a youth. Why would they lean down here? Of course, to pick something up.
But what did they drop?
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
I'm positive there's something I can use in the kitchen. So let's check this stuff again. Maybe in these boxes. No, I was distracted. Is that pan or pot? That pitcher would be really useful for the horse. Just oranges or lettuce. Utensils? No.
Watson, hold the basin. I think you know what to do with it.
Yeah, I think I do. Okay. We're gonna save a horsey.
No, I can't do that.
I got overexcited. I tried to take in the water with my hands.
Perfect.
The ham would dry the horse out, Aaron.
He can barely move. We must find him some water, and quickly. Easy now, fellow. Drink up.
Oh, he gave birth to a hammer.
What could this be doing here?
Oh, I'm sure you're so proud. I'm only gonna borrow your hammer, baby, okay? Oh man. Jella says that Autumn shared a photo of her horse's baby teeth. I'm glad you said that they're terrifying, because that would indeed be terrifying. I don't know if I can look at that. Gross, 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 gross.
Here you are, Watson.
Okay, I have a hammer. What can I use a hammer for? Can I open up this door?
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later. Blood!
Is there anything? Oh, wait, here we go.
Champagne. Maybe.
What happened to you, Arneson?
Blood. Interesting.
Maybe there's something I can use the hammer on upstairs. They seem to think that the hammer is important.
This is useless.
Can I use the hammer on Watson? Get some answers out of him that way.
This must be Arneson. He appears fond of cigars.
Huh. Did Arneson kill the man?
Blood! Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars.
There's something I'm missing here.
This must be Arneson.
Okay. Are there footprints? Yes, they're going this way.
Blood! Blood!
So there's that. Where'd the dragging begin, though? Because obviously the violence didn't happen. Well, where did the violence happen? Okay, forgive me. I feel like I've figured this out, but I need to trigger the thing that'll let me go forward. So I'm gonna look at UHS here. Okay. I was a little bit on the right trail, so.
Footsteps. Let's see. Watson, regard the traces in the soil. A body was dragged here recently. Undoubtedly, it was a man of great size. More traces of mud. A person wearing shoes thick with fresh mud entered the garden by this gate. They entered the house and then returned, dragging a body back along the way. This erased some signs of their former movements, but not entirely. Fortunately, I have a particular talent for tracing footsteps, a neglected art indeed.
Okay. So given that that direction is blocked off to me, let's trace it back. See if it gives me any new highlights. As the chat talks about sledgehammer duels. Huh. What have we here?
Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here.
Am I not supposed to have anything equipped?
Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here.
Tell me what it is. Oh, he's got a jewel.
A stone of small size, but of splendid color. It seems to have no flaws, and I doubt that it originated in the American continent.
Where are these other ones?
These footsteps indicate a person of small stature, and the fact that they are so closely set suggests they made their way with great stealth.
Holmes! Here!
Very interesting.
Huh, so it's a 3x4 grid. Obviously, it is not worth proceeding without the actual code. Let's see, is there anything more to be garnered from this stuff down here?
This must be Arnson. He appears... Blood! Interesting. The person who... They killed the man who was sitting there, and the trail of blood begins here. The person was struck with a sharp object as they entered. You can see the trail of blood that continues past the staircase. The body was dragged from behind this door.
Okay. There's a clue in here, if I read it carefully, which alludes to the fact that lemons are natural mosquito repellent. So... we just carry the tree with us?
Ah, Holmes!
We must turn back, Watson, or we shall be devoured.
I'm obviously missing something to do with these lemons. Do I crush them up and mix them with champagne? And obviously I need a hammer for something.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
Let's see, is there a way to close this distance? No, there's not. I've already used that.
I cannot do this. This is useless.
So I'm supposed to get into something called the trophy room. And that must be it over there, so... I wonder how one does that.
I cannot do this.
Oh no. Maybe this? The reason I was laughing there is because Holmes just kind of emerged through that door like Homer from the hedges. Okay. Sorry about that. I was a little bit confused about this because there are a lot of hotspots and also things just reveal themselves randomly as you investigate things. This is not a very well designed area in terms of, you know, showing you what you need to know. Or, you know, just like flow of exploration. But the thing that I need is in this safe. And the clue is in here. Geez, is it? Okay. So this is what we have. We have 12. Well, we have 12 numbers to enter here. And we also have you know, the 12 points of a clock. So this must be the way. It looks like it'd be division of some kind. Huh. Wait a minute. Okay, so these are the two that we know for sure. How do you get 2 from 3? Is it the number of factors? Wait a minute. Okay, so the number of factors. So like 1 and 3 go into 3 and then nothing else. Let's see here. Yeah, so both of these are prime. So 1 and 7. What goes into 9? Obviously 1 itself. But then also 3. What goes into 10? So 10, obviously 10 itself. 5 and 2? Is there anything else I'm missing? No. Okay, so let's try this. We look at each of these numbers. Put in the number of factors.
Very interesting.
So 1 would be 1. 2 would be 2. 3 would be 2, obviously. So 1, 2, 3. 4 would be 3, because you also have 2 in there. Wait. Right, so 4 would be 1, 2, and 4. 5 would be... 5 would be 2. 6 would be 1 and 6. And then 2 and 3, so that would be 4 as well. 7 would be 2, because it's prime. 11 would be 2. 10 is 4 as well, because we have that from there. 8 would be 1, 8, 2, and 4, so 9 would be, we got the 3 there. Then 12. What would 12 be? So 1, 12, 2, 3, 4, 6, so that'd be 5.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
Is that right? Let me check this. 1. Are they doing something crazy where 1 only counts as...
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
Wait, 5 is a 6? 2, 3, 4, 5. You mean 6 is a 5? Wait. I don't know what you're saying, Aaron. Oh, wait a minute. Are these off by 1? So it would be 5, 1, 2, 2, 3. Oh, geez, now I'm all messed up. So this would be 1, 2, 3. Set all these to 0. Maybe it starts from 12 and not from 1. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 3. 5 would be 2 again. So would 7 and 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 would be 1, 2, then 2 and 3, so that's 4. 7, 8 would be 4 as well. 9 is 3. Then 12. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh, and 12, so that'd be 6. Wait, okay, so that's what A. Aronson was trying to say. Alright, this is... I'm making this too hard because I missed a factor. I missed a factor on 12. So then it'd be 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. That'd be 2 again. 8 would also be 4. 9 would be 3. 10 would be 4. 11 is 2. And then this would be... Ha-ha! Good eye, Aronson. Thank
Nothing
you.
can stop an inventive and logical mind.
Well, an off by 1 error can.
Bah, it's only an air pistol. I would be hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon. Besides, it's not even loaded.
Why would you even try to shoot a nestling from a branch, dog? That's kind of a fucked up thing to say. But I have a key, so that's good. I'm scared of bears too, lady.
Watson, that's shouting. Something is happening.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
It's been a while since I saved.
They've bolted the door. There's no time for anything else. We must force it open. Quickly, Watson. We must find something to serve as a battering ram.
We must act quickly, Holmes.
What do you do? Okay, a log. How about we use this
Watson,
log?
this can serve as a ram to take down the door.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
Weird. We were just talking about Corpse Party.
Watson, tend to her.
Holmes, hold on. There is a message pinned to this unhappy woman.
Do you think that this city is the life... Wait, do you think that in this city, the life of one English detective is worth much more than that of a black maidservant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes. Okay.
Holmes, she is still in shock. I must stay with her.
So let's go investigate the... Oh, hey, Horsey's up. Hey, buddy. Okay. He is tending to her. Let's go up and check out that trophy room. Now we're moving a little bit. Whew, that's a big lizard. Like a dinosaur.
This picture is sinister. Surely there is something behind this fresco. This hole must be part of some mechanism.
Huh.
Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here.
Seems to be about the size of...
Strange drawing. It says, only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
Oh, it's like reflective. It's kind of cool.
It says, only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
Huh.
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
Do I need to get Watson back up here?
It will be necessary to get a shot in that hole while standing on the flagstone that starts the mechanism. But the pistol is not loaded. It will be necessary to find another way, and I must do this alone, as Watson must remain with this poor young woman.
Wait a minute, you killed a goat and it's your best trophy? I could kill a goat. Well, no, I couldn't. They're adorable.
What is inscribed here? My best trophy. A strange hunter, this Arnson. A lovely piece. I must say it's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove useful.
What is it? Can't say it's a horn.
Arnson should be in these pictures.
But is there something that I'm missing? Is there something that is missing a horn? Somewhere in here. Maybe this guy.
Surely there is something behind.
Oh, the goat. Yeah.
This Arnson has a good sense of humor. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information. This Arnson has a good sense of humor.
Is she dressed like one of the girls down at the boat?
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
Okay, is there something that I can use as ammunition? So I have nails, a hammer. Oh, wait, if I pop this champagne? Let's try that.
It will be necessary to get a shot in that hole while standing on the flagstone that starts the mechanism. But the pistol is not loaded. It will be necessary to find another way, and I must do this alone, as Watson must remain with this poor young woman.
Do I use my knife on the champagne? Nails on the champagne. Hammer and nails.
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism. Surely there is something behind this.
Oh, wait. Maybe I use the champagne in this.
It says, only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
Okay. There should be something I can weigh this down with, then. Box of nails?
It will be necessary to get a shot in that hole while standing on the flagstone that starts the mechanism. But the pistol is not loaded. It will be necessary to find another way, and I must do this alone, as Watson must remain with this poor young woman.
Oh, wait, maybe the tree? Oh, that was dumb. Okay. Oh, and Prince Robot said that just I figured it out. Thank you, Prince Robot.
Nothing can stop
Also,
an
welcome
inventive
back, John.
logical mind.
What are we? Ashmat tried to meet and make friends with these men who are strangers to our language, mainly Chinese, Indians of various tribes, and those of Africa. He says that he intends to teach them the language, and thanks to these skills, they may find other work but where. Here's what he heard and could recall. Search for Old Sam's racks, pass in front of the Demon Rock. Take a left in front of the jellyfish. They may not be hungry that night. Sing high the call with strength so they will know you. So that's directions for the swamp.
How dreary, the swamp. We must hold fast, as it is imperative that we go there tonight. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson. It is possible to take down an elephant with one shot using these weapons. Unfortunately, the metal grid is too solid to break through.
All right.
Nice lemons.
That's so dumb. Let's go get Watson. I need to hear that again. I'm sorry.
Nice lemons.
Man.
Perhaps it is time to take care of this young man. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson. How is she, Watson?
It will be difficult for her to speak for some time. She had a narrow escape.
Can she walk?
Yes, but why?
Come with me. Your brother is behind this door, miss. He is wounded, but only superficially. It is extremely urgent that he opens this door. Can you call to him? Perhaps it will draw him out.
David. David.
Young man, I know that you can hear and understand me. We are here at the request of your sister, who is with us now. She is very worried about you, and rightly so. The man with me is a doctor. He is going to look at your wound and ease your suffering. Please come out. Everything will be all right.
Open the door, Davy. These gentlemen talk true. Come on now. Open up the door for Eula.
Miss, you should go and get some food for your brother. He must be very hungry. Have you finished, Watson?
Well, yes.
Very well. Please understand, my young lad, and you too, Miss Eula. We are here to solve an affair that risks many people's lives. Furthermore, we have very short time to save them. As for you, young man, you know some very important things. You must tell us everything and leave nothing out.
But what are you going...
Listen to me. I will tell you a story. Davy, 5 days ago, at night, you were woken up by noises from the dining room. First, you heard the voice of the gardener, and then a loud blow to the floor. You got up and took the candle, which was lit. Then you went to the dining room. On your way, you found something on the floor and picked it up. It was likely a piece of paper. Afterwards, you went to the door of the dining room and saw the dead body of Colin the gardener soaking in a pool of blood. You also saw Ashmat, the other servant, dragging Mr. Arnson, who seemed dead, towards the door. Ashmat saw you, struck at you with his knife, and caught you in the arm. Seeing that this blow had not killed you, he raised his knife to strike again and eliminate the only witness to his heinous crime. But something stayed his hand. The item you picked up was far more important. He paused to snatch it up, giving you time to run away and barricade yourself in your room.
But if you were there, why didn't you do anything?
Mr. Holmes was not there, miss. But if he tells you that things have happened in such a way, you should believe him without any doubt.
Then you are a kind of hoodoo man.
In some way.
David, do this man tell it true? Is this what happened? The good man saved us both. Do what he tells you, Davy.
Listen to your sister, young man. Now, Davy, can you recall what was on that piece of paper? Think hard now. Watson, your notebook. Be attentive to everything he draws and copy it down exactly.
Oh, huh. Okay. So we have a string of numbers, and we also have the points of a compass. Weird.
Holmes, can we trust these figures and make sense of them? I mean to say, consider this boy's affliction.
Ah, this boy. A strange one, isn't he? Watson, let's escort him and his sister to her employer.
This be the Gallagher's place. Thanks, misters.
Miss Eula, we should be thanking you. Now, take good care of your brother. Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine. Yes, Watson, we must pass this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this merciless insect horde. Wait for me here.
Okay. So I know I need to use the lemons. Hi there, Cascaboom.
This should prove useful.
Let's see here. Use lemon on friend.
Watson, cover yourself with lemon juice. It will protect you from the mosquito stings.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
There are signs of a struggle here. Perhaps Arnson regained his senses and fought back. Blood, and in large quantities. This bush has been stripped of its lower leaves and slightly uprooted. Someone grabbed hold of the brambles and refused to let go. His adversary, unable to get him down due to the man's tight grasp, must have cut off his hand. I would say his right.
What a horror!
Rather, and quite determined.
Huh. Let's see, and let's check out this pier.
A boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
Well, I know somebody who was offering us plenty of rides down by the swamp.
Watson, we must inspect this place carefully and leave no stone unturned. We have little time.
Okay, so I must have missed something.
The same woman seen in the trophy photograph.
To my darling Errol, this bouquet will forever be the true symbol of our love. Lucy. Is that bouquet somewhere?
Watson, read this. It sheds light on a dark and sinister enterprise.
It's your Northwood Agency. We know this. Dear sir, it is with great surprise and interest that I have received your letter. It would seem the link between your employee and the affair which commands us is not accidental.
Arneson was in contact with the Northwood Agency. He wanted to inform them about the activities of Ashmat. But why?
Because his servant was secretly selling the same stolen jewelry sought by this agency. This lock is very strange, even unique. No way to pick it. I wonder, the key or object that opens it must be somewhere. Ah, a book on the fauna and flora of Louisiana.
Okay, there's something we needed to do with that raccoon that we saw before. Maybe I need to go around and sneak up on it. Wait, maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I already triggered it before. The list that I see only indicates one more
This should
thing.
prove useful.
A set of flowers that look different than the others. Let's try and travel now.
Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine. Watson, we must inspect this place carefully and leave no stone unturned. We have little time.
What are you talking about? Oh, jeez. I hate this. Okay, so the list of items that I might have missed so far. This is from Universal Hint System. In the trophy room's side room, click on the gun case to examine it, specifically the lock. Okay, I've already done that. Click on the photo on the desk. I've taken that. Approach the bookshelf to get Holmes to comment on it, and then take the 2 interactive books from it. I've taken the 2 books. Maybe I didn't have Holmes comment on the shelf? Yeah, there's nothing left to do there. In the dining room or parlor, take the bottle of champagne, go outside and approach the little raccoon who's standing around near the back porch. If he isn't there, go back into the house and come out again to see if you can get him to appear. Look along the row of flowers near the fountain and pick up one of these, one of 3 different kinds of flower. Okay, maybe, maybe that is what they're trying to get me to do. So I've got the lily-looking things. Let's try.
This should prove useful. This should prove useful.
We must find that fisherman, the one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us.
Okay.
You're quite right, Watson. Besides, it would be wise to visit a young woman.
A young woman?
Run, Watson, run!
We outran them, Holmes.
Surely not, Watson. They ceased their chase only when they saw we continued towards the port. Apparently, they have orders to kill intruders only as a last resort.
Is this supposed to reassure me?
Let's talk to this madam. I have the photograph, right? Maybe it's a doc.
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well...
No, madam. We merely wish to speak with one of your boarders about an extremely urgent matter.
Of course you do, darling. How much money you looking to spend?
The matter is... Madam, I must protest. It's not what you think. This is extremely urgent and involves nothing questionable.
Oh, sure. I understand. I know all about these urgent matters you fellas have to talk about with the girls. But unless I see the color of your money, you and your urgent matters best keep on moving. At least there are 2 of you. You can always lend each other a hand.
What did she just say? These Americans have such colorful expressions.
That's funny. So, money. Do I have money? Not anymore. So let's go see if I can talk to that money changer over there.
I told you once, now don't rile me. Get lost.
Let's go talk to Champagne then. Our good old friend Champagne.
Will this cover the cost of a boat?
It been kept in a bad way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you is them planks from the woodpile around there.
And one of your lanterns.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
Okay. So I have planks and a lantern. What do I do now? Planks, hammer, nails. Now I have a ladder. All right, well, maybe I can use that to get inside the boat without somebody noticing. Huh. Was there a different place to use this ladder? Maybe I can use the ladder in exchange.
What else do you want?
Here's a rope ladder. Maybe I can use this gem to get through?
What else do you want? We have work.
Maybe I can use the gem on this guy over here.
I told you once.
Maybe Champagne wants the gem.
Good evening, sir. We are interested in a short trip along the bayou into the nearby swamp.
My mouth, nobody but some fool go in that swamp at night. Come back tomorrow. Old Champagne take you then for a fact.
No, sir. It is of the gravest importance that we could go to the swamp, and tonight.
No ways to get there. Listen, you have some boat hereabouts. Now, I can sell you the boat, but tell you true, you get your own selves to the swamp.
I believe we can find some manner of payment that you will find satisfactory. We shall return. I believe we can find some... We should find a way to pay this man.
Huh. So I'm kind of stuck. I have a liquidity problem, let's say. The woman still seems to be our best clue. Our best lead, rather. What can I learn about her? What can I learn about her? Picture of a young woman. Yeah. Likes flowers.
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well,
No, madam. We came to give this bouquet to one of your boarders. You know who I'm talking about. We have something very important to say to her.
Good evening. You brought these flowers? Who are you? What's happened to...
Mr. Arnson? We still do not know exactly what has happened with the gentleman, but we are here to try and find out. Listen to me, miss.
Lucy.
My dear Miss Lucy, my friend and I have come here all the way from England. You may have seen us this morning with the sheriff.
Are you working for him?
No. Actually, we suspect him of obstructing our investigation. Our case has some remote connection with Mr. Arnson, so we went to his home to talk with him. While there, we found evidence he has been abducted, and one of his servants had been murdered.
Kidnapped? But why?
I don't know, but time is running out. Please tell us what you know about Mr. Arnson. And, Miss Lucy, omit nothing. Even the most trivial of facts may prove to be of great importance.
He is such a kind man and had promised we would be married this autumn. He arrived in New Orleans about 2 years ago. He's a hunter and was to stay but a few weeks. He was after something in the swamp, Lord knows what. Then we met here. I had just started working, you see. Madam said that she would let me leave only if my debts and worth to her was paid off in full. A few weeks ago, Mr. Arneson, said that he had the solution. Maybe he had the money and was kidnapped by people who wanted it. It would have been a small fortune to most folks round here.
And you know where he could have hidden it?
Oh, I don't care about the money. If it could bring me back Errol, I'd give it away gladly. He showed me a secret room upstairs. He shoots with a gun to open it. He says that nobody else can succeed but a real marksman. Behind the wall is a cupboard with weapons and a little box hidden behind a big rifle. His money is inside. To open the gate of the cupboard, he uses his signet ring that he wears on his right hand. But how can any of this help you? You don't have his ring.
You have been of greater assistance than you may realize, Miss Lucy. If Mr. Arnson is still alive, we shall bring him back to you. Come on, Watson.
Okay.
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Arnson.
Well, we've already been to his home. We're actually trying to find him still. I don't think he was paying attention, Sherlock.
would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with these wood planks?
We are searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about, Holmes?
Your intentions are good, my dear Watson, but you have missed everything of importance. The facts speak for themselves, Watson. The key that unlocks Arnson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same severed by one of his kidnappers when the poor man clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing hand and its ring. I noticed their tracks nearby, and no doubt they have a nest in this area. Find the raccoons, and we find our hand.
Grizzly.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
Okay, so bait. That would likely be in the kitchen, and I think we're gonna use a ham as bait. So let's grab this ham.
I'm going to set this outside to attract the little devil.
Where does one set ham to lure out a raccoon? If I was a raccoon, where would I be looking for ham? The deli section. This tree looks different. Is he nesting in the house? Do raccoons nest in houses? Huh. Where would you be? I just realized I don't know what a raccoon's nest looks like. Is it up in this tree? Wait a minute. Let's try some more.
What do you make of this, Holmes?
What? Where are you at? Oh. You're in the door. Okay. Let's try these other trees then. Are there tracks? Oh, yeah. Andrew says that in some languages, raccoon is expressed as washing a rat. I believe in German it is Waschbär, because it is a little bear that washes his food. Where is the little son of a gun? Come on, this is dumb. This is dumb. I'm sorry this is taking so long. All I need to do is leave a ham out for a raccoon. Is there a place to do it on the porch here? I saw him around here earlier. Was he under there?
I need something.
Wait, what? There's literally nothing indicating that would be an interactive... Oh, wait. Now I see the... Yeah, now... That's weird. I thought that those tracks were just light spots and the light cast through these. Huh, okay, well, let's put this ham out.
Watson,
Okay.
there's the nest. It's on the roof, above the balcony.
My memory was correct.
Excuse me, madam. I'm merely passing by with no wish to disturb you, although I'm sure you found Mr. Arnson to be a man of good taste.
That's funny. All right, let's go get that money. It's back here in the secret room.
Here's what we need to buy a boat.
What a splendid weapon.
Indeed, it'll be of great advantage in the swamp.
Oh, please tell me that this turns into a shooter when I get into the swamp. I wouldn't be surprised by literally anything this game throws at me.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson. Forget the gun and see to the ladder, and quickly.
Is there a way down? Is there a window that I can go out?
No, Watson. Forget the gun and see to the ladder, and quickly.
Do I throw the ladder at them? They're very bad at chasing me. Should I lean the ladder against a different part of the roof? Oh, wait, did that? Yeah, there we go.
Let's go, Watson, to the port. have we enough to buy a boat, sir?
For sure.
Excellent. Could you tell us the best way to reach the swamp area nearest to the rich parish?
That's simple enough for any fool. Sail along the river crook and keep close to the shore.
There is one last service you can do for us. The boat from which we disembarked is scheduled to leave tomorrow for Europe. Could you take a message to the crew for us? We may need for them to hold their departure until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will do.
And one last thing. How may we identify Old Sam's racks from any others?
Old Sam's racks be marked with blue and white tops.
Okay, tops or ropes?
Now, Watson, let's explore this swamp. Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Okay, what did that document say? Pass in front of the Demon Rock. Take a left in front of the jellyfish. Let's save here just in case I get like terribly lost. So what looks like a demon?
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
This controls very awkwardly. This very slow turn that I'm doing, this is like WASD. So, but if you angle your camera in a direction, then you turn more quickly.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
It's a strange tree. Looking for Demon Rock, though. I can hear people yelling. Whew. Yeah, that body is all flayed out alive.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
Does the map show me anything? No, no map.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
But I see two of Old Sam's racks and no hidden passage. At least not one that I can, you know, go through. This is very frustrating.
I have no reason to go there.
Where in the world is Demon's Rock? That appears to be a demonic tree.
Nothing of value there, Watson. Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Oh wait, shit. That's different over there. Yay!
Blood!
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
That would have to be Demon's Rock. Okay, take a left. Okay, so pass in front of the jellyfish. Or, pass in front of the Demon Rock, take a left in front of the jellyfish. So... is this...
But what is this horror, Holmes? Where have you taken us?
Near the goal, Watson. Near the goal.
Good God! Look in the water! What monsters!
No, Watson. They are crocodiles, and apparently not very accommodating.
I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
We must find some enticing food to lure them away from here, Watson. Let us think.
Holmes, I fail to see how they feed these creatures, and do not rely on me to dive in.
Maybe I grab some bodies from the tree?
I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes? I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
Maybe I shoot one of these down.
Bravo, Watson. Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
I know that's a sound glitch, but that sounds amazingly creepy. Documents. They will not be hungry that night, is what they say. Sing high the call with strength, so they will know you. Okay, a fisherman told me that he was often out alone in the swamp late in the evening. That's why he has such a nasty appearance. He is never there in the morning. There is something of great importance hidden in the swamp. I am sure of it. I should not have spoken to the sheriff. Since then, Ashmat has become distant and wary. Sing high the call. What does that mean? Let's do this. Let's see what's out beyond here.
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
Pitiable and blind fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now he his servants are coming across his kingdom, and the enlightened will give up their flesh to him. All will be present for his awakening. Do not fight the calling! Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
I've got it, Holmes.
Okay.
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late.
Oh, jeez. This is all blue. Huh. Well, let's go investigate the cosmic horror, why don't we? Is our friend here carrying anything useful?
This sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he?
We must act quickly, Holmes.
I haven't examined everything yet.
There's a fire pit. Lots of skulls.
This is useless.
Is there something I can put there, though?
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage.
We must act quickly, Holmes. Holmes, help me to carry him to the boat. I really can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
By the devil, that'd be Arneson.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arneson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found your fella.
My God, can it be true?
Sure enough, as he say.
What have they done with you? Oh, my poor love.
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount and belongs to Mr. Arneson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then.
I will take good care of you. You'll see, my love.
About Arneson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now, that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave.
What are you doing?
Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes! I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson, each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now, get on with your task and leave me to mine.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point. Wouldn't you have some other task which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.
Sick burn.
I see we have received a message, undoubtedly from my brother Mycroft.
You should receive this letter upon your return from the Americas. Your instructions were followed to the letter in Switzerland, and I believe you will find the results satisfying. Several days ago, the Swiss authorities inspected the Black Edelweiss Institute and found evidence of serious breaches of established medical ethics in total accord with your findings. Gyjax was found and detained. He took desperate measures. He had hidden a small but highly lethal dose of potassium cyanide on his person. So he gave himself the old CIA special. Your friend Superintendent Bilger informed me that during their search of an underground level of the Institute, his men discovered a blood-spattered wall. And they also heard strange maniacal laughter that appeared to come from the bottom of a well. A blood-spattered well, sorry. Oh, they they missed Abyss Light. Report. Military prize of all these facts. That dreadful room has been condemned and permanently sealed. Found Lord Rochester's treasure. Rochester also held a number of jewel mines in India. That must be where the jewels came from. Okay.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an elaborate masquerade?
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
I know. Sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
More code breaking. Okay. All right. So there's a slash here. 687954312. Oh, so it's like Sudoku. There's every number from 1 to 9 here before this slash. And the ones are drawn like these weird things here, so Let's see this. 2, 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 8. Wait, there's no 5. Two, 1, 4, 6. Wait, so 3, 9. Wait. 2, 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 8, 3. Okay, then 9 again. Right. Try this. I'm just going to run through these quickly here. Where's that second 9 at? 3, 4, 2, 1, 7, 5, 8. 8 again, so there wouldn't be 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no 6. 8, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. So if all of these are missing, then wait a minute. It'll be just basically every 8 digits. So 2, 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 8, 3. Okay. 9, 3, 4, 2. 1, 7, 5, 8. I'm sure this is riveting to watch. 8, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 9. 7, 5, 2, 7. Wait. Seven, 5, 2, 7, 6, 1, 9, 3. 8, 5, 7, 9. 8, 6, 4, 2. 1, 2, 4, 5. 3, 8, 9, 7, 1. That is... Wait a minute. Let me make sure I transcribe these correctly. Seven, 5, 2. Maybe the bottom will be a little bit easier. I think I've got... Okay, I think I've got something. Let's try. So this is going to be a number. So I'd be looking at this here. 5 is missing. 6 is missing. 4 is missing. 3 is missing. This second set's going to be shorter. 6, 1, 3. What?
Indeed, they are open to but one possible meaning, even if it eludes me at present. As for my own enigma, I have
coordinates?
failed to penetrate the secrets of this book. The language is archaic, and my own modest knowledge of ciphers is sorely tested. I have succeeded in drawing forth only insanities and other absurdities. According to this book, if my translation is exact, if one makes this mark with human blood, and then with conviction recites this illuminating verse, the victim is mesmerized, or demons leave his mind. I tell you, Watson, this reads like complete gibberish. I do not know what to make of it.
How did you say it? What? These drawings, what a horror. I tell you, Holmes, this book gives me great unease, as does almost everything to do with this affair.
I just recalled, Watson. Didn't Barnes, the bookseller, tell us he had studied ancient history? Perhaps he might help us with the translation of this book. We must seek out better minds, for we are at a standstill. I have not the slightest idea where they could have taken these people and what consequences await them. Let's take our leave and see if Barnes might be of assistance.
Oh, huh. Those look familiar.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, a real pleasure to see you. I say, where have you been? You've stayed away for some months now.
Indeed, we took a very long journey and barely made it back. However, we have more important matters to discuss. Didn't you say you have some knowledge of ancient people, their language, writings, and customs?
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. Why do you ask?
Let's show him the book. I hope he doesn't go mad.
You are just the man we need. I ran across this esoteric text during our travels and wondered if... Is there something wrong, Barnes?
Mr. Holmes, wherever did you find this? This book, it is worthy of a museum.
If you could be so good as to translate some of these fragments for me, I would be in your debt. I am particularly interested in these pages here. They are in the poorest condition and therefore appear to be the most used.
With pleasure. I will get to work straight away and keep you informed of my progress.
Huh. Let's see. What's the paperboy have to say? I've been away for months.
Strand! Get the Strand! 3 ships still missing at sea! All aboard feared lost! Get the Strand! Latest word on the missing ships!
Give me the latest edition. There's a good lad.
Thank you, mister.
Storm of the Century. There's a note here about the mysterious burglar A.L. Lupin.
Watson, consider the news of all these missing ships. I have an idea, but it will be necessary to secure a chart of the Scotland coast and nearby seas. No point in asking Barnes. I have no desire to divert his attention from the translation.
True enough, Holmes. But where else would we find such a chart?
Can I still get to the docks?
It's elementary. It is a sea chart we seek. We must go to the harbour. Good day, sir.
Good morning to you, gentlemen. Would you care for a pint, or perhaps something finer?
Thank you, but at the moment I have need of information and will have to miss another glass of your fine ale. More's the pity. Would you happen to know where I could find charts of the local waters?
They are all kept at the harbour master's office, but I'm afraid only those with port business are allowed to enter. I trust you understand.
Precisely. What I need is a chart of the Scottish area, where all those ships have wrecked recently.
Indeed, such a sad tale. All those poor souls lost at sea. It seems as if the very devil is at work there. Hang on, a chart of the Scotland coastline, you said? It seems to me I have one in my room over there, behind the bar. Here's the key. Take it and have a look for yourself. If you find it, it's yours for the taking.
A little suspiciously helpful there, hipster.
I need something. A photograph of Rochester as a young man. I have what we need, Watson. Now, let's examine this map. Let us pause to consider the facts, Watson. No mystery can resist an agile mind.
Can I zoom? Oh, you click and drag, okay. What do you expect me to do, game? Are those depths? What is... They're not sequential, though. Figures on land express the heights above the sea. Magnetic variation in 1904, decreasing about 7 foot annually. Oh, thank you, Kevy.
Let us pause to consider the facts, Watson. No mystery can resist an agile mind.
Aaron A. Aronson has an obvious answer, which is to look for the, to look for the coordinates on here. So 56.43.6. Let me write this down so I don't have to keep on just referencing it. Write it down in this format, rather. 56.436. 06134. Okay. Thank you for the idea. Okay, which of these is in range? I need to move. I'm going to get rid of the chat window for just a second. Because this takes up the whole screen. Okay. So 50, 51, 52, 53, wait. 50 up through 58. So it'd be So it'd be like 56 degrees and... Is that correct? Let me see this. And are these minutes? Okay, so the big ones are the minutes, and then these are the seconds. Okay, so 56 degrees. 40. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so it would be about here. The bottom one would be, okay, where is 6 at? 6.
That's what those mysterious figures meant. Longitude and latitude. They indicate a point along the Scottish coast called Ardnamurcombe. Let's bring back the key to the tavern keeper and see if he knows this place.
Let me bring the chat window back. Okay, and the chat window's back.
Did you find everything to your liking?
Indeed, you are as good as your word. I found the charts just as you said. Does the name Ardnamurcombe mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. It's a lighthouse along that very coastline. Legend has it, the place was built over a pirate's hideaway. In fact, now that I think on it, that spot is right in the middle of the tempest that is taking down all those ships.
Huh.
Rather odd-looking building. They say the chap who built it, Stevenson I believe his name was, that he fancied up the entrance with foreign symbols, Egyptian obelisks and even a dog with wings. Strange fixings for a lighthouse, isn't it?
Huh. Okay. Well, the center of the tempest seems like the reasonable place to go. Let's see if Barnes has finished his translation. Oh, shit. Wrong place.
Mr. Holmes, I was able to translate the pages that you wanted. Come, I will show you. This book is quite ancient. It tells of a terrifying sect devoted to strange entities. The descriptions are vague, but we can presume the origin of this myth arises from the destructive Leviathan represented in the Bible, a creature said to sleep and dream in a strange city under the sea.
A nightmare sleeping within the sea.
To be exact, the pages you asked me to translate are in fact a prayer or invocation to this entity and the description of the ceremony associated with it. To be frank, what is described in this book would make one laugh, were it not for its reliance on such horribly obscene, morbid, and bloodthirsty language.
And this ceremony, what can you tell me about it?
Promise me you will not laugh. The book says that hundreds or thousands of years ago, during a particular alignment of the stars, a priest performed these rites, invoking the name of a destructive Leviathan. The priest intoned his name and called for his return to this earth so his followers could give him his due. The priest then asked a representative of each nation on the earth to recite the invocation and sacrifice themselves to the sea from atop a colossal natural rock tower surrounded by water. All this is quite absurd, isn't it?
Pray continue, Barnes.
As you like. It goes on to say that the ceremony must be held under the image of the messenger of the outside gods. Nothing more exact is said on these entities. However, from their description, their messenger would have a form rather close to the Egyptian Sphinx, except that his face is without feature and jet black in colour. So an idol in its likeness must be present during the ceremony. But can you imagine that? Some so-called priest and an international crowd atop a tower singing in unison before some faceless winged stone lion?
I can imagine it very well, Barnes. You say that these people are to throw themselves into the sea so that their god will have his due. But what is it about? What does this god seek?
That's the most preposterous part of this tale, and proves it to be pure myth and fancy. Even for the sake of argument, this ceremony could never have happened. In such ancient times, it would have been quite impossible to gather representatives from every nation on Earth and in one place.
I understand, Barnes. Humour me a bit more, and please answer my last question. What would this Leviathan want from us?
Indeed, we would owe this creature our world. According to this, complete the ceremony and the collective sacrifice, invoke the demon, and he will arise and swallow the earth. Yes, Holmes, they sought nothing less than the end of the world. What nonsense!
Thank you, Barnes. I must leave now. Goodbye. The newspaper dating before our departure. Watson, find it. There was some article about the current alignment of the stars. This may tell us precisely how much time we have left.
But Holmes, surely you can't believe...
The newspaper, Watson. Find that newspaper.
Usually, Sherlock Holmes stories don't have these kinds of stakes.
Look, Watson! The light is barely lit! This explains the shipwrecks and recent disappearances.
Holmes, if we do not find a place to land, and soon, I fear they will add our names to those poor souls lost in these seas. Oh my God! Holmes! Look! The sea! It just swallowed him!
Lambs for the slaughter! Watson, we must stop this!
Okay. We've reached a climax, however, I am sleepy, and it is about 11:30 here. Let's save this for another evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'll be back. I might finish it out sometime during the week, so the weekend will have a clean start. So watch Twitter for that, either at Cole Ross or at Hexcrank to get those alerts. Or follow here on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. All of those are valid and good. Until next time, take care and have a wonderful week.